I am an experienced family researcher. I used to teach evening classes before I moved to Yorkshire. When I moved up here, I wanted to get involved with doing some research. I took the census listing for Leeds Workhouse, looked through it and thought, I need some case studies to actually use in the teaching. And I went through and I thought, well, we need to get a range of cases. We need people that are at the end of their lives, and we need people that are at the very beginning of their lives, and we need some people that are in the middle, in terms of the age spectrum and the occupation spectrum, because not all of the inmates are paupers. Some of them are there because they're sick. I'd made a short list of the cases that I wanted to have a go at researching, and Louisa Ledger was on that list because she had a child with her. So that's how I picked out Louisa Ledger. And of course, once I got going on that story, it turned out to be quite extraordinary. When I started off, I didn't realise that there was just going to be this background story to her. And it wasn't until we were looking at the prison records, and on the prison records for Wakefield Jail, words like Bettyline and Cartolina. And it wasn't until we then started looking for the marriage record that we realised that was supposed to be her maiden name. But once we'd realised what it was, that of course set us off on a whole new track, and that's when all of this Italian immigrant story came up. London was the main port of entry, but Hull was the other main port of entry, because I thought, well, how did they end up in Hull from Italy? But that was quite a normal route into England for them. The organ grinders were Italian strolling musicians. That's where that came from. This project struck a chord with me more than Oliver Twist. My father's family were from Hampstead, in North London, Hampstead Heath. In 1837, my 4 times great-grandfather was in the habit of taking in paying guests. The people that came to him in 1836-37 were Mr. and Mrs. Charles Dickens. And at that time, he was writing Oliver Twist, but they were staying at Collins Farm. A couple of the scenes in Oliver Twist are actually based around the farmhouse. So Charles Dickens and Oliver Twist do actually mean something very personal to me.